Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Apologies for a late start today. I just had to sort family out with a few things, but now it's all taken care of and I'm going to begin working on this side of the double page spread. So I'm going to work a bit more with the foliage and move on to the blue tit here. Just bear with me while I just quickly finish up getting myself organized. I hope that you are all well, that you've had a very good weekend and start to the week. All right, there we go. Fabulous. We can get started with this. So I have the usual Prismacolors and Polychromos to one side, which is fantastic because we will need them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these catkins and just get myself in the coloring zone, and once I'm in the coloring zone I will move to the bird. Okay, so I'm using pumpkin orange. Right. So I have decided to finish this page on camera, mainly because it is one of the few ways that I can guarantee I actually finish the pages I do on my live streams. Otherwise I end up doing all this coloring and it becomes yet another whip in my collection, which is actually really growing, so it's probably a good idea to work on finishing what I start. Right. So for this I'm not really fussing over it too much. They're in the more background area, so I don't need a whole lot of fuss. Right, so I have also got planned another page in here. It's a simple one, probably take a couple of hours. So that is another option. If you are interested in more animals, we can do that. Let me know your thoughts. Hi Noelle, how are you doing? I'm doing okay, thank you. No complaints. Okay, so I'm changing now to mineral orange. Just got a little bit delayed with family. I'm glad you're well. I saw Karen from My Colorful Country Life has already done a completed page in Dark Fairy Tales, so that's really exciting. All right, and then I'm going down to, I think this is the yellow ochre. Yeah. I think she did the Little Mermaid page, which came out really cool. Yes, she does. I am waiting for the end of March so I can get my copy. I'm very excited. So the rest of us just have to wait. Darn it. I was watching a YouTube video by, I think it was Elm Colors. Anyway, she was actually doing a video on 5 artists she feels don't get enough, I suppose, love, but she feels they would. So she mentioned Denise Clett, Leila Duly, Erie, Yana Prosperina, I think it was Emily Interios, because she's done the flower landscape and something like that. So it got me wondering, what are some of your guys' coloring books that do you feel need a bit more attention in the coloring community? They've been a bit neglected. I'm going to weave in a little bit of cream just in here, just like as a little highlight. Okay, and then I'm going to come down to these ones and just do these ones, and then I'll move on to the bird. I've heard of artists doing warm-up exercises before they get onto a painting. So they might take a paintbrush or a pencil and just do random strokes or quick sketches and just warm up before they do whatever they have planned to do. So I kind of feel like just doing something quick and easy just to settle into coloring, especially before tackling on something complex like a bird's feathers or maybe a portrait or that sort of thing. It can really be helpful. Oh, fair enough. It was a nice video to watch. I did enjoy it. I suppose at the end of the day, you know, it's all about coloring the things that we enjoy coloring. So I've thought I might not actually do a background to this page. it feels a bit too complex. That is true. If we did take out the top 5, there would be a long list of unappreciated artists. Yes, that is very true. I think there will always be those fan favorites, and then after that it becomes a bit more personal. Right, so these catkins are almost done, which is fantastic. So I'm thinking I'm going to do April fairy tale theme. We'll see how long it lasts. I'll give myself a few weeks. Maybe March will be, I don't know. I need to think of something. I've really enjoyed trying to stick to a bit of a theme. So that has been helpful in some respects. Okay, so here just needs to be all blue. With Kirby, yeah, fairy tale theme with Kirby. I might spice it up with Aries fairy tale book and maybe Emily Lederhol Oberg's fairy tale book. I've got a couple, so I could theme it kind of along that line, and that will give variety. So yeah, it could be fun. I would love to do one book, like the Dark Fairy Tale book, the entire month. But I'm not sure if that would actually be realistic. Keep finding where I put my pencils. All right, I need to find the photo for this, because that really helps me understand what I am doing. Blue tit. Let's have a look. Maybe. It's always tricky trying to match the angle. So I do this. This is what I end up doing. I pick a page and I'll sit trying to work out the exact angles of the bird. Okay, wait, hang on. That one could work. It's a little bit more upright. That could work. But I like to try and find a reference photo that almost is identical in pose, and then from there color it. It just helps so much, but it doesn't always, actually very seldom works out that I get the exact position. Okay, never mind. I'll use that one, and I'll make sure I've got these pencils out. So I need a cream, I've got a white, an artichoke. Oh dear. Right, I don't remember how I did this. Oh dear, okay, bear with me. I'm just getting out all the blues I needed for the birds. And then I'm sure at some point my memory will be jogged. Indigo blue. I need a true blue. True blue. There we go. True blue. A cloud blue. Somewhere here. Nope. Oh, there it is. Cloud blue. I need a lemon yellow. Oh dear. Broken one. But this is how it goes. I have to find everything, And then eventually I get there. 70% cool grey, 90% cool grey. 10% French grey. Okay. Right, then I need polys. For the life of me, I can't remember why and where, but I'll figure it out. It will come back to me. Here. I think I kept them. So raw umber. Green gold. Yellowish turquoise. Ultramarine. Dark Naples ochre, cadmium yellow, olive green yellowish. There we go. Yay! It wasn't too difficult. Hi Carly, how are you? Okay, so there is a reason for the polys. There is a reason I have prismas. I'm going to work on putting a base layer, and that will help me plot out my bird. So I'm going to do the bird, the last bird. I'm just going to get him as nice and fluffy as I can. Yum, what are you having for lunch? I made a 1-pot chicken and rice with peas and broccoli on the side for dinner. But instead of using olive oil, which I did last time, and I didn't like how it turned out, I used a little bit of water instead. So I compromised on the flavor, but at least I had a better result. The last time I did it, I think something went wrong. Oh yum, a turkey sandwich with cheese. Okay, let's see. So I need to give him a blue tummy, but I need a bit of black, blacky blue, kind of coming up here. So I'm going to use my indigo blue. So his foot is there, so maybe coming from about here. Something like that. But then around it, I will have this like lemon yellow. I'll do a light layer because I'm really just trying to plot out the colors. And I can always add white in, or I can, yeah, remove. Okay, this is his tail, so that's his wing. I think this will be a little bit of yellowy green down here, so let's use lime peel. We got this here. Okay, I think this, so this bit I think is all this greeny color. And then, I hope I'm doing this right. I think that's going to be white. We'll have this coming on here. And then we need some blue to kind of be here. I think that is white. Oh, it's so hard. The black eye goes around that way, then it's the black neck. So I think this is white, and I think that is black. Oh. Yeah, trust yourself, trust yourself. I think I'm right, I think I'm right. This is why I end up looking at millions of different reference photos. Yes, I am right. Okay, Ailey, trust yourself. Around here, that goes around the whole thing. That is white. That is white, and that is the top of the head, like the cap. So let's make this blue. I can lighten it. Sorry, you're hearing my whole thought process out loud. I'm literally thinking out loud. Moment of vulnerability. This is how this is the inner workings of my brain. Okay, so now where is the tail going? So let's bring a bit of shadow in here. So indigo blue. Something like this. Okay. It's got whitish gray things here. So I can put a bit of gray here and here. Oh, I need the slate gray. That's what I'm missing. So I need Prismacolors slate gray. And okay, now I am going to put some poly blue Turkish. So I'm going to start building up this layer. So I want the blue undertone, but I'm going to make it black. Okay, I think I could probably figure this out now. So again, layering up my blues, and then I'll go over it with black, and then I'll go over it again with blue, just to make sure it doesn't have that flat look to it. All right, I'm gonna zoom you in a bit closer and you can get a better look. There we go. Right, so I need to be careful with these ones here, because I need the yellow to kind of go into the blue, and the blue or the black into the yellow. So I'm gonna probably have to layer that up. Let's see. So I want to get this part of the feathers here working, so let's use some Artichoke. And just do small little feathering strokes. And you want to go in the direction of the fur. So if I go all of them this way, it's going to look weird. I need them to go this way and then move out this way. And slowly kind of bring it out. That's the trick when you're doing fur or these sort of like downy feathers. If you go over the whole body just one direction, it's not going to look right. So you need to look at your reference photo, or just, even if you have pets at home, look at their fur and see how the hair lines, how it lies flat, and give you a better idea. Because the hair also doesn't all lie like that. It lies kind of over each other and intertwined. So you can go in slightly different directions. Okay, so then I want to bring in my Poly Green Gold. I'm just going to work on building this up. Right, and then I want my Raw Umber. And I don't mind if it goes into the blue, because I'm going to go over that with black anyway. And the blue on and brown on top of each other will help deepen and create a natural black anyway. So it's not the end of the world. Okay, so now I'm gonna just do that and just blend it out. Okay, and then I will use my black. If you're on Amazon and you press the, oh, there's a flag. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so if you go into the app, there should be a flag, and then you can change your currency and you can change country or region. I think the app still lets you do that. Because I often end up in Amazon US and all the books I'm looking at will be in dollars, and I have to tell myself, stop, check, is it still in US or has it gone back to the UK? And if I just press the flag, I can change it. Often though, I need to change currency and the flag or the country. Oh, I'm sorry you can't see the flag anywhere. Hi Connie, how are you? Oh, thank you. I'll try to do a few more before the end of the live. Okay, so now I need my grays. Let's see. So I'm using slate grey. Hi Carol, how are you? Glad to hear that you're well, Connie. I had a relaxed weekend, I think. Actually, in some ways it was busy. But, you know, all good. Right, so let us see how this blends. When in doubt, just erase. You can always go over it and add more white with a gel pen. So I'm using Poly Ultramarine. You're staring at amazement at the screen. I'm busy shutting off. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm just really layering blues, and I'm alternating between polys and prismas. Now the prismas tend to soften things, but I use the polys to help me keep the feathers kind of where I want, so they peek through. You can soften it also with your white pencil. No, this is the third part on the channel. The best bird is on the other page. I'm trying to make sure I redeem myself to myself. Like, come on. I can make another bird look fluffy. I'll move it in a sec and you can have a look. So I'm going to scooch it over for you. There's the best bird, and then this is the second bird. So if I zoom you out a wee bit, those are the two birds I did in the first part. So now I'm busy with bird number 3. Yeah, you can always watch the replay. It is there. Okay, I need to bring in some grays. So these sections here of the wings, depending on how you want to color it, because there's no right or wrong way of coloring it. If you want to get it to look like a blue tit, you know, realistic, this is where the layering effect comes into place, because the colors are really not straightforward, but you don't have to do it realistic. I just like the challenge. So I'm using olive green yellowish, and I've got a reference photo, and I'm just lightly going in the direction of the feathers. And it's a bit darker on this side than on the rest. But this is not a straightforward greeny yellow, because it's got slate grey inside it as well, and other shades of greys. And it's the layering effect that kind of brings it out. So we need some slate grey kind of coming along here. And then you do need it kind of in here too. And then you can use lime peel, which is got a yellow undertone to it. And if I was to pick which side of the green in the color wheel I would put this, it would fall more under yellow green. And you're just gonna go in the direction of the feathers. When you're doing fur and feathers, having a sharp pencil helps you get those individual strokes. It's not as important in your first layers as it is as you build up. Now I'll go back to my olive green yellowish. And if you go back, you know, both directions, you can kind of blend it into each other. And you can probably use a 70% cool grey for shadows, and it will deepen it up. Hi Shannon, how are you? Hi Brittany. Back to some lime peel. But I might actually bring a bit of yellow back over this, and I'm going to blend it out that way. So a little bit of lemon yellow. Also, your slate grey on top of the lemon yellow will also kind of give you a greyish tinge, because the, you know, blue and yellow makes green. You're looking for the nearest Walmart. Good luck. Hello, Brittany. You are seen, you are heard, you are noticed. It's good to have you. Okay, so now I need that gray kind of coming along out here. But I want a dark section under here. I want that dark just to show the shadow underneath it. trying to follow the roundness of the bird's chest, and we want somewhere along here. He's rounding up. So, all right, so I'm still analyzing my reference photo, and I'm trying to work out where everything is kind of going and the direction these feathers are taking. Just blend these out. And this is that similar color to up here, so just bring that out. So green gold kind of coming in. I'm just going to go over where I've already put some of this yellow. I think it was the artichoke. And I'm just going to carry on trying to just bring hopefully a fluffy texture. You can kind of go a bit further out, a bit further in. When I blend it all out, hopefully he will look fluffy. I think he needs some there. All right, now that needs some of the 90% gray. I need to layer the yellows over that so it kind of smooshes in. Okay, so now I'll use my dark Naples ochre. Just bear with me while I do the bird. I wish sometimes I had like two screens. I could have my reference photo on one side and the chat on the other. But it's fine. Right, so along here, I probably need that lemon yellow, the cadmium yellow. So let's bring in some cadmium yellow. And just lift this all up so that it looks nice and bright. I think this side will put a bit more shadow. So I'll go fix that in a moment. It needs bright feathers. So let's go back and put some darker shadows along here. So if I blend this out now with a bit of lemon yellow, and I'll need a bit of cream, but then I'm going to go over this and layer it back up with my polys. Okay, so now I want my cream. Oh, thank you, Connie. Oh my gosh, Collie, you have a long way to go. All right, so flick, 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 flick. Okay, so now we'll go back to our dark Naples yellow. It does fly quick. All right, I'm back down to my green gold. And the more you layer and the more you blend and then layer more, it kind of builds that texture. Now if I take a white pencil, I can add a bit of highlights. And he kind of looks fluffy. Hey Jody, how are you? All right, I think he's got a nice fluffy belly. I'm not sure I'm not sure if I'm gonna get him fluffier than this. He looks nice and fluffy. You know, you do what you can do at the level that you're at, and that is perfect. Okay, so now if I move on to, oh, thank you, Carly. I need to think through his tail. So I think his tail's largely blue, grays kind of thing. So if I take my true blue, kind of come along here, make it light out so it blends out. Now the tail, I don't mind doing more like a blend. It's these sort of feathers, you have to really focus on that texture. That's what gives it that downy look. He doesn't look like he's starving. No, he's had a good winter. His belly's full. He's got all the lovely plumage ready for mating season. He must be living in your backyard. There are days where I wish I could have my bird feeder out, but we have resident squirrels next door, and if I put any bird seed out, they will feed the squirrels. And the squirrels live in an oak tree. So I'm kind of hold the opinion that I don't really need to feed the squirrels because they are being taken care of by the oak tree. So I don't put out any bird seeds. And we've got no trees in our garden except on the perimeter. So it makes it really tricky to hang stuff, really. Oh, we've heard of the blue-footed boobies. They are cool birds. We found out about them, I think it was last year. We watched a David Attenborough nature series on YouTube for the Galapagos Islands. And yeah, so we had a lot of giggles about that. We also had some other giggles about puddings that are called spotted dicks. So yeah, fun times when you have a household of boys. Yes, the blue of their feet is incredible. I mean, anything blue in nature amazes me because you don't really get a lot of blue in nature. I think I need a bit more gray. Let's make this not too big of a blue. Need a bit of gray in here. Oh yeah, blue jays are amazing. I've never seen one. I've only seen the pictures in books, but they just look so beautiful. One day. I've lost my grays. Where are my grays? How can I lose grays? Yep, I've lost my grays. I found a gray. For some reason it landed in my pocket. Okay, there we go. Oh, nope. I really need to replace some of my pencils. Getting really sad. I don't think I'm having luck with this grey pencil. No. Nope, no luck. Okay, never mind. I'll use white. So, have you all bought the new Kanoka Igusa book? Is that the book you're talking about? I saw a YouTube channel has done a review on it, but I haven't had the time yet to have a look at it. Okay, so we have a tail. We need to do feet. I think he needs feet. So let's do his legs. I made nice grey legs. So I'm using the 90% cool grey. We can use a blue for a highlight. All right, there we go. All right, he's almost done. It's pretty much just keep going. Just keep going. So now, let me have a look. I can layer up some ultramarine. Needs a bit more grey, so let's put some more grey, because it's a blue grey, not a blue blue. And then more greeny grey. So we'll use lime peel. So lime peel, then olive green yellowish. But I need some greys in here. Oh, daffodils are fun to colour. What are the parameters of your prompt? Is there wiggle room for you to do more than one daffodil? Maybe add in a rose or a peony? You're coloring more than one. Cool. Let's put a little bit of ultramarine in here. Let's make it more of a blue grey than a grey grey. And then very gently, a bit of grey here on the white spot just for shadow, and then I'll probably use a Posca pen to make it a bit more white. Alright, so that is the blue tit done. So we can move back onto the foliage with all sorts of purples and blues. Okay. Let's have a go with some green. So this is apple green. and then dark green is my darkest green. Gosh, I can't believe you guys are all thinking of Easter already. I'm so behind in the times. I mean, if we're thinking Easter, that means I have a lot to do, because the boys love an Easter egg hunt, and it can't just be any Easter egg hunt. It has to come complete with riddles and decoding and whatnot. So I generally do Easter egg hunts with chocolate eggs and that sort of thing. I've never really gotten into painting rocks. I love looking at people's painted rocks though. I think they do such a good job. Yep, decoding. So I have to create codes. I create riddles or clues in either Morse code, pick pen. I think it's called pick pen. There's a variety. I've even had to get the find a website, and I have ciphers and all sorts, and find new codes for them so they can decipher it. But my eldest told me last year that it was too easy. So now I'm going to have to give him a separate Easter egg hunt, complete with probably something like whatever the clue is, figure it out, see if I can work out certain clues into Latin, because he loves Latin, decode the Latin into another code so he can have it all layered. He has to decode, then translate to get to where he needs to go. It's insane. But they love it. So, yeah. I managed to include last year my nephew, and he's a little bit older than my eldest. And I was so surprised and touched that he actually enjoyed this style of an Easter egg hunt. So that was really, really fun to be able to share it with him. Yeah, pretty much a scavenger hunt. I'm probably going to end up doing it for a long time. I know someone who, she lives in the States, and I think she went to MIT and she's a teacher, and something with, I think, engineering and science, and her kids are super smart, and she still does Easter egg hunts with her kids, and I think they're well, you know, close to 18, 19 years old now. And she was the one who actually got me onto doing ciphers and all sorts of other code decoding stuff. And yeah, it works. Your mom just hides eggs in tall grass. She's smart. She knows what's good for her. Okay, let me bring you over a wee bit because I am colouring outside of the screen and that's not going to be helpful to anyone. You chuck them all over the garden and let them go wild. See? Sensible. Bunny money and bunny shop. That's brilliant. I love that. So what sort of things will you sell in your bunny shop? Oh, that's so cool. Bunny key rings. Wow. I love that. It's so creative. Oh, that's cool. You do one big prize. They're lucky to have you, Pickle. Well, at least we got in, all the birds are done, and all that's left is just these berries and leaves. I think this sort of green works really well. There we go. I wanted a dark, I think it was a black grape, so just deepens these shadows. And then I go over the black grape with my green, my dark green, just to try and blend it out a bit. You could use an indigo too. An indigo would work for this. It's just I prefer using indigo or a black grape to a black pencil. So we have one leaf done and almost the second leaf. So I love Leila Duly's work. She really creates beautiful illustrations, nature illustrations. And I like to take my time with them because they are so beautifully drawn. But a double page spread like this takes me almost 8 hours. It will probably take me a total of 8 hours because I'll probably have another 2 hours to finish up all the leaves and the berries. Oh, thank you so much, Carly. Right, so you could probably use a gel pen for these little stalky things here, and it would probably work out okay. Right, I'm going to zoom you out, and I think I'm just going to have to dedicate my week to finishing this page because it's really, really cute. All right, let me zoom you out so you can see. A wee bit more. There you go. That's what it looks like. So yeah, I love how the birds have turned out. I still don't think that I'm gonna put a background. Thank you. I do like the birds. They've turned out really, really cute. And I like that they're slightly plump. So yeah, so I will make a plan to finish this as soon as possible. And yeah. I will see you guys next week, same time, same place. Hopefully a different coloring book and a different page. And I hope that you all have a great week ahead and lots of coloring. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Take care. Bye.